Welcome to Think Like UPSC. Let's start with a simple question. What makes a civil servant truly effective? Is it your intelligence alone? Or is it something else deeper like integrity, empathy, and decision making under pressure? Aptitude is not just about your IQ, it's about your attitude, emotional intelligence, and problem solving in public services. Today, we will be dealing with the topic aptitude and foundational values for civil services. What does this aptitude means? This is what the endowment of aptitude varies from person to person. We know, like attitude plus aptitude. That is what your altitude. And what is aptitude here? Aptitude refers to the natural ability. It is one's natural ability to inherent potential of an individual to perform certain tasks or to acquire specific skills or with a relative ease of effectiveness efficiency. It is inborn capacity, one's inborn capacity that enables a person to learn or adapt or excel in particular field or domain, such as logical reasoning, numerical ability, communication, or so on. Like according to this Warren Dictionary of the Psychology, what does it states? It states aptitude is a conditional condition. It is a kind of a condition or a set of a characteristics that is regarded as a symptomatic of an individual's ability that required to acquire with training some knowledge, skill, or set of response as such of the ability to speak language or to produce music, etc. So we can easily say that an aptitude is a measure of probable rate of learning which results in interest and satisfaction and is relatively specific and narrow. And according to Michael, what we can say, aptitude is an person's capacity. Aptitude is a one's person's capacity or hypothetically potential for acquisition of a certain specific or a more or less well-defined pattern of behavior which involve in performance of a task with respect to which the individual has had little no previous training. So in simple word, what we can say, aptitude is one's natural ability to do something or learn something very quickly. It is indicative, so it is a kind of indicative of potential of persons to excel in any field. It is an element, sometimes it is an element, competence and talent. So here are, we can say, aptitude are as the following, like the endowment of aptitude. Like a person, not everyone has an interest in sports or music or mathematics. Aptitude is mostly inborn, we can say, inborn potential, innate. In simple term, it's a innate. It can be mature or immature, but it cannot be absent. It can be immature or mature, but it cannot be absent. This way we can say aptitude takes what? Aptitude include effort, your individual effort, practice that gives you, that is called skill. Aptitude is with this aptitude, when it is included with effort, practice, it leads to skill. Okay, that is what your aptitude deals with. So aptitude is, it is a kind of endowment, like not everyone is included. It varies from person to person, and it is mostly an inborn potential. It is a mostly an inborn potential. Aptitude can be seen in terms of three component. What are the three components of aptitude? We can say intellectual, physical and motivational. We have a three components of aptitude: intellectual, physical and motivational. So what does these two terms means, attitude and aptitude? Aptitude is what? Aptitude is, it is innate ability to acquire certain skill. Aptitude is, it is a innate ability to acquire some kind of knowledge or some kind of skill to solve problem. And what is your attitude? It is a what? Your learned. Attitude are learned. Attitudes are majorly learned and enduring predispositional, which we read in last lecture, to act in a particular way regard towards an object or person or idea. So we can say aptitude is a kind of competence and capability. It is usually a natural talent or ability possessed from birth, whereas attitude, it is associated with the traits and character. It is not innate but acquired and developed over a period of time. Over a period of time, it is acquired and developed attitude. Like my attitude towards certain situation is different, yours might be different. But in case of aptitude, it's not that. In case of aptitude, that's what your, in case of aptitude, you have to practice well, you have to enhance your skills. That is your aptitude. Your natural talent, it also comes into aptitude. Same way, like I'm solving an example of math, science or logic or whatever. That is what? My aptitude. Good social aptitude towards a situation. Same way, in case of attitude, it is like it helps in managing emotion. Attitude is also very important because it helps one to manage his emotion, his failures, success or social relationship. It is all, it also helps as a fighting adversities of life. Life is an unexpected exam. It doesn't have any syllabus. So that is what your attitude helps you to excel the life process. Aptitude, in other hand, predicts the career prospects. Aptitude, in other hand, predicts your career prospects or area in which a person has a natural inclination. Like I have natural inclination towards teaching profession. You might have natural inclination towards serving country as a IAS or IPS or IRS. So same way, when we talk about attitude, that's what people with right attitude occupy leadership position, such as managerial position or political leaders. So that's what your attitude defines it. So high aptitude may provide certain success in life. So if you have high aptitude, it can provide certain success in life. But as I already said you in last lecture, but it is not sufficient to lead an overall successful life. For a successful life, you need aptitude as well as attitude. Both the things need to be dealt together. So you should be a blend of both the things. So attitude, on the other hand, teaches us how to handle success and failure. It helps in a personal growth and development. Aptitude can only take us so far, but it is the attitude that help us retain a position in the life and handle crisis. For regardless, हम देख सकते हैं इसमें, regardless of our innate ability, to large extent we control whether or not we will be winner in our life. So in this way we can say attitude plus aptitude, that is your altitude. If you have high aptitude, you may get certain success in life, but it is not sufficient to lead an overall successful life. For overall successful life, Your character should be a blend of attitude as well as aptitude that will shape you, that will shape your life in a positive way. These are the few examples of the few officers who were in limelight or who have done very remarkable job by staying at their positions, and they have they are basically ethically very strong. So these few officers you should know. And here is this one officer, everyone must have heard her name. She is unethical. Wherever you are writing unethical behavior, the question is asking unethical component or negative concept, you can easily quote this into your answer. Now let me take you here. Let us read these few examples. Like an officer that he is Shashank Kala, Deputy Commissioner of Longlatai. What we call it? Longtlai. I'm extremely sorry. It's Deputy Commissioner of Longtlai, Mizoram. My School, My Farm. This is an initiative of an IAS officer, Shashank Ala. He has led a potion revolution in remote Mizoram district of Longlatai. In this initiative, nutrition garden was set up in Anganwadis to improve the nutritional status of meals served in school. And district next to your example, this answer you can even quote him. You can even quote even in your poverty, wherever the social issues poverty comes, you can quote there also. District Collector Avi Prasad. District Collector Avi Prasad started a special program in Kanti district, Madhya Pradesh, asking people to adopt a malnourished kids and give them nutritional support. This helped to reduce malnutrition by 30%. He has also done his job, his part of IS officer Rajagopala Sankara. IS officer Rajagopala Sankara uses IoT initiative innovatively, like automation, monitoring, etc., to solve water and power supply challenges in Tamil Nadu. Erode district, which rise water supply and cut power bills by 40%. Another remarkable thing done by him. Next, this one everyone remember, IS officer Armstrong Pem. He is the youngest IS officer from Manipur. His passion and dedication towards the betterment of the society, we all know that he is so strong that he built a 100-kilometer road in remote hill of Manipur without the government ki help ke bina. People came forward and supported him in large numbers and gave shape to the People's Road, which connect the hill to the rest of the state. He used his own saving and turned to social networking site to raise funds for the project and is fondly called Miracle Man. This is why we can say Miracle Man of the by the villagers. So next one is Harshika. At least you should know two, at least minimum two you should remember in your mind. Women's also, because generally UPSC inclined towards women. Although I don't feel like this thing, because we are talking about gender equality. So, but we should at least while writing an answer, we should quote them, whosoever has done a good job. District Collector of Malda district, Madhya Pradesh. Just remember this name, Harshika Singh. What she did? Started hand holding program. In this, what she has done? She simultaneously launched an initiative called Gyandhan, In this initiative, what she has done, initiative focused on crowdsourcing resources like book, slates, writing instrument, and all other tools that could be used to teach. This helped in setting up a Mahila Gyanalaya Women's School across 490 Gram Panchayat in district. But this means she has done a remarkable job on grassroots level. Another IAS officer, she is Divya Mittal, and Divya Mittal was transferred from Mirzapur for violating protocol after she performed a Jal Pujan, Shobhaji, Jal Pujan at village. On August 30, 23, after piped water reached the village, but after the piped water reached the village, Mittal held a small Jal Pujan where she opened a tap with running water for first time in 70 years. But this was the one of the good things she has done. Subsequently, she was transferred on September 1 and then put on waiting list. On February 1, 2024, she was posted as a CEO of Uttar Pradesh Rural Development Agency. UP government recognized her work and they said, yeah, she is one of the asset for our rural development agency. Let's post her here. Let's give her some power so that she can bring a rural development here. Next is, everyone knows her. This is 2020 IAS officer, Maharashtra cadre. She is very unethically. I don't know how she passed ethics paper. Demanding special privilege, demand, allegation of misrepresenting herself as an OBC non-creamy layer, and claimed visual and mental disability but declined assessment to substantial. These assertions, this means ethics, her ethics were very weak. And one more we have heard recently. He used to teach ethics, but his own ethics were at risk, caught while doing corruption. What are the foundational values for civil services? Firstly, democratic value, professional value होनी चाहिए उसमें, ethical value होनी चाहिए, and next is people's value. In this is our topic. So I have divided into three different parts. Aptitude, we have dealt with the definition, nature's ability to do something. Components, different component, intelligence, emotional intelligence, aptitude, integrity, and dedication to public services. What are its important aptitude? Decision making में help करता है, ethical conduct and leadership and accountability. What is important of aptitude? It helps in decision making, ethical conduct and leadership and accountability. Now, what are the role of a civil servant? How does the aptitude plays a very, why we say it's a, what kind of a role it plays in a civil servant? So here, firstly, implementation of policy, it needs your aptitude. Public service delivery, it needs law and order maintenance, advising political executive, policy formulation and feedback, crisis management, and administrative leadership. What are the ethical components? Empathy honi chahiye, compassion, objectivity, and impartiality. He or she should not be impartial. What are the challenges he faces? Political pressure, corruption, resource constraint, balancing neutrality and responsiveness. What are the development of aptitude? How does this aptitude is being developed into a civil servant? Firstly, education. Secondly, training on ground. Code of ethics, he is bound by code of ethics. Role model, he has different role models. So these are the things we will study in this. So foundational value of civil services, this chart you can draw it as it is into your answer. Firstly, he should be inclusiveness, there should be inclusiveness, objectivity honi chahiye, stewardship of honi chahiye public resources ka, respect for the rule of law, courage of conviction, accountability, tolerance, transparency, ethical leadership, compassion, integrity, empathy, compassion, put it everywhere. Impartiality, non-partisanship, dedication to public services. Everyone know, all of you have dedication towards the public service. Excellence and professionalism. You need to maintain your excellence as well as professionalism. We can't say no. Like a officer who is on duty can't wear like western clothes, like body hugging type of western clothes. She can't wear. She has to be ethically grounded, because that's not your Indian tradition. Indian tradition, your Indian attire is suit and sari. Next we will study here integrity. We have done this. What does this aptitude means, and what are the different foundational values a civil servant should have, and what are the different components on which a civil servant need to work, and what are the ethical components, challenges what we face, and development of aptitude, how to develop aptitude in a person. एक पर्सन के अंदर में एप्टीट्यूड, हाउ एप्टीट्यूड इज बिल्ड इनटू इट. फर्स्टली एजुकेशन, सेकेंडली ट्रेनिंग, next he or she is bound with the code of ethics. Third one is role model. Next is here is integrity or inner sense of wholeness. So here integrity and what you think and what you preach and what you do, combined of all these is your integrity. So if your integrity is very high, you practice being honest, showing a consistent and uncompromising adherence to strong moral and ethical principle and value. So as per Ministry of Personal Affair, you can directly quote it as it is into your answer. Suppose the question is asking you, elucidate the importance of integrity into a civil servant. So you will write it simply you will start as per the Ministry of Personnel. Integrity is defined as behaving in an open, fair and transparent manner, consistently honoring one's commitment and working to uphold public service values. Now let us explain this with an example. Types of integrity. What are the different types of integrity? Moral integrity. We will simply quote. First we will do like this. Moral integrity. Type of integrity. We'll quote this one. Moral integrity, intellectual integrity and professional integrity. Fourth one is your financial integrity. Now after quoting these all headings, we'll write at least two points into this. Like, what is moral integrity? Remaining faithful to one's moral value even in the face of adversity is called moral integrity. In other way, we can say it simply means following one's moral value consistently in mind, words and deeds. Next is our intellectual integrity. What does this intellectual integrity means? Being true to one's own thinking and to hold oneself to the same standard and one expects other to meet. In other way, we can say the standard you are setting for others must also be followed by you. Like I am setting a standard for someone. For suppose I am setting a standard for my son. One second. But I should follow that into my real life also. Then also he'll be able to learn it. So that's what. The standard you are setting for others must also be followed by you. On the contrary, we can say having different criteria for evaluation of yourself and others and ignoring your shortcoming is called intellectual hypocrisy. That's what your intellectual hypocrisy. Suppose I am saying to my son, get up early in the morning and go for exercise. But while in the morning, I am simply lying down. That's called hypocrisy. Mahatma Gandhi always said that be the change you want to see in the world. So your this change, it starts from you itself. So we have quoted one thinker here, Mahatma Gandhi statement as it is, we have put it here: be the change you want to see in the world. So whatever the change you are expecting into this world, in this world, start it from yourself. So don't be double standard person. Integrity tells you don't be double standard person. Next one is your professional integrity. It simply means following professional values. Like a medical practitioner, he is simply following a professional values, or a lawyer, professional values, standards, norms, and consistently in mind, word and deed. He's not doing any kind of differentiation on the basis of poor or rich, nor he is taking any, like he is a doctor. He is a doctor. Why he choose to be a doctor? He is governed. So he ethically he is doing work, whether a patient is rich or poor, but he is treating everyone equally. That's called your professional values. So there is no other standard you are choosing it. You are here governed by as per the norms of the ethics of your profession. The next way we can say professional integrity may, the most important thing for a civil servant is to professionally competent and result oriented. We need to be professionally competent as well as result oriented. Suppose we are talking a many things. Professionalism, we are talking lot about professionalism, but our output is zero. So that can't help you, because that is what your professional integrity. We should be professionally inclined towards our own thing, our own profession, but it should be result oriented also. In Ramayana, quote Ramayana here, or Bhagavad Gita, Vidya Shushena, official doctor Vidya of Lanka, treat Lakshman with the help of Sanjeevani Booty, is an example of professional integrity. Like when in Mahabharat, Arjun asked Sri Krishna regarding this, how will I fight war? How will I fight with my own brothers? That time, what did Krishna gave him a message? That currently you are a warrior, you are a fighter, you are a soldier. So you have to think like a soldier. Instead of thinking like they are your brother, opponent is your brother, just focus on this thing. So even Krishna taught us to be professionally inclined or professionally governed with our professional ethics. So we have quoted Bhagavad Gita as well as we have quoted Ramayana. So this is how our answers become very rich. Next one is your financial integrity. When we talk about financial integrity, a civil servant must be absolutely honest. First important thing is needed, absolutely honest. Should not make any illegal money by practicing corruption. Majority of who all are doing, I request everyone, kindly stop it. Start and try to bring the change, so that we can also have corruption free country. A corrupt officer can never serve the people, as his conscience is always guilty. Why he can't serve people? Because his consciences are always guilty. He spends his energy most of the time defending his wrong actions. That's what he doing majority of the time. So we can say civil servant must avoid even small favors from their subordinates or from the people with whom they have official dealings. So here your honesty is a financial integrity is necessary, but not a sufficient condition to be a good civil servant. You can here quote current case of corruption done by an IS officer, or any of the past corrupt officers you can quote here. directly. Now, what is other type of integrity? Organizational integrity, data integrity, and integrity in public life. Regarding this, we have a Nolan committee. What does this Nolan committee say? Nolan committee, it is much more than financial honesty. Financial honesty. It is much more than financial honesty. Public office should be treated as a office of trust. Currently, majority of the India's public office, except passport office, are treated as, we as a common people, we don't trust public offices. Why? Because public offices are not trusted. They have lost their trust. So we want officers into this field, into this, or into a public system, into the system, so that these officers can bring the lost trust back to the world. So this is why UPSC is asking you such kind of questions into their mains. So they are testing you. So Nolan committee, they have set up 7 standards, 7 words, 7 keywords. Basically, what is Nolan committee? It is a public appointed by a British PM. It was appointed by a British PM in 1994. It gives you few values, like what kind of value one should have: leadership, openness, honesty, accountability, selfness, integrity, and objectivity. So you can write, you can learn with the trick LOHA CO. LOHA CO. LOHA CO, L for leadership, O for openness, H for honesty, A for accountability, S for selflessness, I for integrity, and O for objectivity. What are the other values? Like here, dedication to public service. One should be fully dedicated towards a public service. Empathy and compassion should be present into it. Tolerance level should be very high, because you have to deal with many of the situation, any of, like suppose you are serving in a disaster rich belt, there your tolerance level should be high. Responsibility and accountability. You should be responsible of your work, and you should take the accountability also. Responsibility refers to the public service adherence to the public will. We say here, no one has died because of lack of oxygen is irresponsible. Whereas accountability, when we talk about accountability, what does it specify? It is a kind of a specific method and procedure to enforce the public servant duty. Scams like 2G scams are the examples of lack of accountability, and even recent plane crash, lack of accountability. No one is accountable. So here are the examples of from the current affair. Selfness. Example we can quote here. सुप्रीम कोर्ट स्टैंड ऑन इलेक्टोरल बॉन्ड 2024 का केस था ये. सुप्रीम कोर्ट स्टक डाउन द इलेक्टोरल बॉन्ड स्कीम साइटिंग इट वॉज ओपेक एंड अगेंस्ट द पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट. सेल्फलेसनेस दिखाई. इंटीग्रिटी में एग्जाम्पल्स में यू कैन कोट रेजिग्नेशन ऑफ ऋषि सुनाक्स मिनिस्टर्स जहावी 2023 में. यूके कंजर्वेटिव MP, ही इज आफ्टर टैक्स इन्वेस्टिगेशन. इंटीग्रिटी. ऑब्जेक्टिविटी में वी कैन से सेबी एक्शन अगेंस्ट द इनसाइडर ट्रेडिंग 2023 का 24 का केस है, हमने केस भी डाले इसमें. अकाउंटेबिलिटी में हमने देखा रिजिग्नेशन ऑफ यूके होम सेक्रेटरी सुएला ब्रेवरमैन 2023 में देखा, जिसने शी बेसिकली रिजाइंड आफ्टर सेंडिंग ऑफिशियल डॉक्यूमेंट थ्रू अ पर्सनल ईमेल. ब्रीच ऑफ कंडक्ट. ओपननेस. एग्जाम्पल ऑफ right to information activism in Manipur conflict. RT activists exposed inconsistencies in relief fund allocation. This is again our current example. This IS officer Rajendra Barod, he provided what? Nutritional food in tribal areas. Next, honesty versus integrity. How does this honesty and integrity, they are what? They have a close relation. What kind of close relation? Like they have a different meaning, but they are closely related to each other. Like in we say the honesty is a kind of a quality. It is a kind of a quality a person has, being truthful or sincere in one's word and action. We can say in the other way, integrity, it is a kind of a quality. Both are quality, but this is one's word and action, sincere in one's words and action. And this one is being whole, quality of being whole, consistent in one's value and action, and adhering to strong moral ethical principle. It, whereas in other hand, what is that? This is honesty deals with telling the truth, not deceiving other. The government officer, he is telling a truth instead of deceiving other, not deceiving other. He is telling truth. And here in integrity, it encompasses a broader range of behavior and decision going beyond just truthfulness. He has to act beyond just truthfulness. In this same way, action oriented hoti hai honesty. Honesty is often what about? Specific person needs to take a specific action or statement telling the truth in a particular situation. Whenever he or she is stuck in a particular situation, he or she is asked to reply. That time he is replying. Action oriented hai. Same, this one is character oriented. It defines your character. Integrity is about one's overall character and consistent adherence to moral principle. Whereas this honesty, this is an external. It's largely about how one communicates with other and presents information to the outside world. Same way, integrity, this is an internal and external. It involves both internal consistency, and it is aligning actions with personal values and external consistency, behaving ethically even when no one is watching you. Even no one is watching you, you are supposed to behave well. You are supposed to be ethically governed. Whereas honesty, this is situational, we know, and this one is consistent. Integrity implies a consistent application of ethical principle across all situations. Sabhi situation pe lagti hai. Here it is situational. If a person is asked, then he will reply. If not, then he unnecessarily why he will reply. If someone is not even asking, nobody is concerned, why he'll say? That's what. This is reactive. Here person react. Honesty often plays very important role whenever the person is asked to reply, asked a question. He is replying. Situational, requiring a truthfulness. Situation है किसी ऐसी में फंस गया जहाँ उसको सच बोलना है. Then he is replying. This one is proactive, whereas integrity is proactive. It often involves making difficult choices, uphold one's principle even when not directly challenged. Even though when one is not directly challenged, wholesomeness आ गया यहाँ divided हो जाती है. Honesty and integrity, how does these two factors play a very role? So basically honesty and integrity, they are very crucial component. They encompasses a broader and more consistent commitment, ethical behavior and more principle across all aspects of one's life. Basically, we know that this is like integrity ensures what? Integrity ensures earning and sustaining public trust. How it helps in sustaining public trust and earning? Serving the public interest. Always act in a way that is professional and not misusing one's official position, or we can say using powers responsibly for the purpose and in a manner for which they were intended. We can even say faith, determination towards the pursuit of excellence of service in their professional activities, impartiality and political neutrality. It is a tool developed for by Transparency International, and it also helps in monitoring independent external monitors, peoples of unimpeachable integrity. So integrity, basically, it is what supporting the truth when it is unpopular, showing the capacity of honesty and integrity. It is easier to preach than really act. जैसे दूसरों को उपदेश देना काफी आसान है, उस उपदेश को अपने जीवन में लागू करना इट्स क्वाइट डिफिकल्ट. But change begins when whatever you are delivering to the people and you start focusing that, start trying to preach that into your own life, then definitely you are becoming the best version of yourself. So next is your power really is a test of character. Currently, all of you are preparing for this exam. So you are very ethically governed. Your ethical values are very high. But real test begins when you are into service. If there you perform like Ashok Khemka sir, you are ethically very strong, or even like Kiran Vedi ma'am, that means that is what your real test in the ground, on the ground, into the service. That is your real test. So in this we say that power really is a test of character. You will be given power, so that will be your real test in the hands of a person. Integrity, persons of integrity, it is a tremendous benefit. Whenever suppose a scientist, he has a very good knowledge, but he is working for whom? For an organization which deals in terrorism, like ISI. Can we say he is using power for the benefit, for the upliftment of the society? Whereas the other scientist who is working for the country, for the betterment of a country, he is searching a ways how to treat this, how to convert this salt water into a fresh water fully, completely in a eco-friendly way. So who's the best one? Of course, the person who is ethically governed. That scientist who is working with the ISI group is not ethically governed. His ethics are very weak. So we say this power really is a test of character. Whenever you are given power, you have to behave ethically, and you need to show empathy, compassion, tolerance. So integrity is the seed for achievement. It is the principle that never fails. So we say the support of truth takes integrity. Why we are reading this integrity and in a civil services, why the UPSC is asking you these all things? Because integrity is being lost into civil servants. What are the reasons of this? Like current institutional mechanism, regulatory legal framework to check lack of integrity. What are these? Prevention of Corruption Act, Civil Services Conduct Rule, Central Vigilance Commission and State Vigilance Commission, Central Bureau of Investigation, Institution for Lokpal and Lok Ayukt. Quote karo. Ensuring integrity in action of a civil servant. Basically, a fundamental rule क्या होता है? Fundamental rule for maintaining civil servant integrity is to avoid situation which may give rise to a conflict of interest. Suppose you people are working as a IS officer. You came across a situation where government is dealing with emotional breakdowns, and you have a little bit of knowledge that India or Pakistan may go into war. As you are a part of government, you have a knowledge, but panically on your social media handle, what you have done, you have declared India Pakistan fighting war. So what is you have done? You haven't maintained integrity. You have brought up tension among the citizen of a country, among the citizens. So this is the real test of your integrity. Never use official position to benefit yourself or your family, relatives or friend, or any other group of people with whom you have personal or social ties. Never take any kind of favor from any corporate associate. Treat people impartially, regardless of political, social, demographic, geographic circumstances or bias. Treat everyone equally. Enforce law and public service value and rules of conduct even in difficult situation. Provide honest and fair and clear and frank advice to uphold public interest. Stand firm when dealing with unreasonable request and demand. Stand firm whenever your minister is asking you to favor his or her known people. Just ask him, sir, send me in written. Give me approval letter in written. Then definitely I'll work according to you. And you will notice he will definitely deny it. Because as per his ethical norms, he is not entitled to do that. So stand firm when dealing with unreasonable request and demand. Take accountability of your actions, of your own action, and create a culture for others also to take accountability of their own action. So in this, what we know how to ensure integrity in actions of a civil servant, how to lay off a foundational value for integrity in a civil servant. This he is in one of the eminent IAS officer, Sushant Gaurav. He was posted in Jharkhand, and he's transformed this poverty-stricken district of Gumla into a potential economic activity center district. This is why that capital is also known as Ragi capital of India. Jharkhand district is also known. Gumla is also known as Ragi capital of India. He even won a Prime Minister Award for excellence in public administration for his outstanding work of transforming Jharkhand's Gumla district through Ragi finger millet. Government is currently focusing on finger millets basically. Next, we have done majority of the topic. We have even read Nolan Committee. What are the different components of Nolan Committee? And different examples, different 7 factors like selfness, integrity, and honesty, accountability. I gave you one trick to learn this. Loha CO. Simple. Hindi. Loha CO. Leadership, openness, honesty, accountability. S for selflessness. I for integrity. O for objectivity. So after this, and wait a second, tolerance. Okay. What are the different dominants of or different subcomponents? This one, wait a second. Yes, subcomponents of public servant, like dedication. He should have a proper dedication towards what? Towards commitment and perseverance. Tolerance should be high. We can say think for yourself and let others enjoy the privilege of doing so too. Objectivity होनी चाहिए. Next you can say tolerance में what he needs? Balanced by acceptance. It would be wrong not to tolerate what is wrong whenever he is in a wrong situation, or the limit of tolerance need to be specified. They lie at the point when there are reasons for rejection that are stronger than the reason of acceptance. Respect of esteem tolerance is where there existed respect acceptance. So we can quote here Thomas Mann. What he said tolerance becomes a crisis when applied to evil. What did he said? He said tolerance become a crime when applied to evil. Thomas Mann said tolerance become a crime when applied to evil. What does Buddha said about the empathy and compassion? Compassion is that what makes the heart of the good move at the pain of others. It crushes and destroy the pain of others. Thus it is called compassion. इस चीज को हम बोलते हैं compassion. It is called compassion because it shelters and embraces the distress. क्योंकि वो shelter provide करता है as well as embraces the distressed. What are the different characters required when a person has a high compassion? He should be attentive to the need of others. He should be willing to extend a self-control. Self-awareness होनी चाहिए. Ability to skillfully help others. Being calm and composed. And ability to use reason also. So compassion has फॉलोइंग कंपोनेंट. व्हाट आर डिफरेंट फॉलोइंग कंपोनेंट? सेंसिटिविटी होती है इसमें, एम्पैथी होती है, मोटिवेशन होती है, नॉन जजमेंटल अप्रोच होती है एंड डिस्ट्रेस हो जाती है. जैसे क्वेश्चन आ गया व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट, व्हाट डू यू अंडरस्टैंड बाय कंपैशन एंड व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ कंपैशन विच आर रिक्वायर्ड इन अ सिविल सर्वेंट. ओके, so we will write in a way what is compassion. So firstly we will define. The word compassion is derived from what? Latin word compati, which means suffering with compassion. Is a virtue through which a person is able to understand the suffering of other, and this for the initiator derive in him to alleviate their suffering. So we can say in a way here, wait a second, we can say like, we'll write it in the way compassion equal to empathy plus किसका inclination? Inclination to eliminate the suffering of others. ठीक है. कंपैशन तो इसमें हम बोल सकते हैं compassionate person is emotionally intelligent and he uses his emotion to encourage himself to work for other and remain dedicated to the cause of serving others. क्यों करता है वो? Because a compassionate person helps other person because he wants to, because he has a willingness to do, and not because of some external force or the government is asking नहीं नहीं आपको ये करना है. He is not feeling that thing. So in this we will quote what? Compassion requires that the person has the following character traits. What? Be sensitive to the need of others, be willing to exert self-control, be self-awareness needed, ability to skillfully help others, being calm and composed, ability to use reason. In other, we will quote now what are the different components. Second part, compassion has the following components: sensitivity, ability to be attentive enough to notice when other need helps; empathy, ability to be in the shoes of others and see things from their perspective; motivation, desire and commitment to be caring, supportive and helpful to the needs of other. Next, non-judgmental approach, not judging a person pain and distressed, but simply accepting him and validating their experience. Fifth point आप डालेंगे distress tolerance, ability to bear difficult emotion within ourselves and others. So this way we say compassion has a positive impact on optimism, wisdom, curiosity, well-being and sociability. So in this we will write down an example. Bharat Vatmani, एक इंडियन साइकेट्रिस्ट हैं बेस्ड इन मुंबई, इंडिया, who was awarded Raman Magase Award in 2018 for leading the rescue of thousands of mentally ill street people to reunite them with their families in India. From current affair में से उठाया, याद था, डाल दिया, सिंपल. एक ये भी फेमस था. After a video of a teary-eyed couple talked about how they had no customer at their dhaba due to the lockdown. You must have seen that video, which went very viral. Even Netizen came forward and made a compassionate call to donate rupees 2 lakh for a couple. He later started his own restaurant by the name Baba Ka Dhaba. People came together and helped. You must have came across a advertisement where people are asking for the crowdfunding, like someone's child is not well, so they need treatment, like cancer treatment or lung transplant or heart transplant. So they want your empathy and compassion. So we as a normal citizen, we are donating little bit of amounts. So this is what our compassion. This shows our compassion. We are helping them. How this empathy and compassion are significant in civil services, we can say easily. We have already done empathy and compassion. Empathetic civil servant have a concern for the others, and non-empathic, he's like, no, a civil servant should always be empathetic. His next is, you can say, create and promote environment of respect and culture and mutual trust. And compassion in civil servant ensures what? He or she is motivated to serve the people, and even in difficult situation, without expecting anything in return. In 2019 there was a question, what is meant by term constitutional morality? मॉरल पढ़ा था हमने ऊपर, तो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल मॉरलिटी पे in 2019 there was a question. And how does one uphold constitutional morality? So basically in this what we will say, first we will define what is constitutional morality. So basically moral principle mandate by the constitution represent constitutional morality. होती क्या है बता दिया. आगे for example दिया हमने था, adherence to liberalism, parliamentary democracy etc. represent the core value of constitution and so is termed as कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल मोरालिटी. उसी चीज को हम कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल मोरालिटी बोलते हैं. हम आगे लिखेंगे, इट इज द अटमोस्ट सिग्निफिकेंस ऑफ सिविल सर्वेंट. क्या? हु टेक एन ओथ टू बियर ट्रू एलिजेंस टू द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया, ही विल वर्क एज पर द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया. And constitution morality guide the civil servant in effective implementation of law while upholding the value of the non-discrimination, equality, maintaining human and dignity, social justice, democracy, secularism, equity, etc. And it even allows them to impartially respond to the need of the citizen and encourage the public to participate in democratic process. And it even helps in fostering transparency and instilling a sense of accountability in civil servant. The civil servant amongst other are mandated by the constitution to promote the constitutional value and principle governing a public administration. Firstly, what I have done, I have defined what is constitutional morality. Basically moral principle which are mandated by the constitution represent constitutional morality. Next I have taken example. I wrote adherence to the liberalism, parliamentary democracy हमारे यहाँ etc. We can say liberalism, parliamentary democracy etc. represent the core value. ये ही सब चीजें core value of constitutional morality को explain करते हैं. Next I have given, it is the utmost significance of a civil servant to who take an oath to bear the true allegiance to the Constitution of India. Next what I wrote, constitutional morality guide the civil servant in effective implementation of law while upholding the value of non-discrimination and equality, maintaining human dignity. पॉइंटर डाल दिए, ह्यूमन डिग्निटी. मैं इसको चार्ट मतलब पिक्टोरियल डायग्राम बना के भी डाल सकती हूँ. कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन मोरालिटी में क्या क्या होना चाहिए, नॉन डिस्क्रिमिनेशन होना चाहिए, इक्वालिटी होनी चाहिए, मेंटेनिंग ह्यूमन इंटीग्रिटी, सोशल जस्टिस, डेमोक्रेसी, सेकुलरिज्म, इक्वालिटी एटसेट्रा. Next I'll write, it allow them to impartially respond to the needs of the citizen and encouraging the public to participate in democratic process. Like example डाला, like voting during the election. Everyone is basically, as a civil servant, I'll run a campaign. I'll ask everyone to come and vote and show and practice your right. Next I wrote it helps in fostering transparency and instilling a sense of accountability in the civil servant. Next, way forward, the civil servant among others are mandated by the constitution to promote the constitutional values and principle governing public administration. This was of 10 marks, so I have given almost 10 to 15 points. 10 basically it's 11 point. So your 10 mark is done. Nolan committee we have done. Honesty, integrity we have done. This is also we have done. Okay, now we will be doing this. Like from this topic, aptitude and foundational value, this is one of the important topic. Like in 2013 we have seen 2 question, 2014 4 question, 2015 1 question, 2016 2 question, 2017 2 question, again 2018 3 question, 2019 only 1 question, which was this: what is meant by the term constitutional morality and how does one uphold the constitutional morality. 2019 के बाद 2020 में we have seen 1 question, 2021 we have seen 5 question, again next 1 1 1 1, 2024 तक बनी आया, बट आई थिंक विथ दिस ईयर इट मे आस्क 2 or even 4 or 5 also. So be prepared. Wait a second, let me rub this. खिचड़ी पकी हुई है यहाँ पर. Okay, this is your question from 2023. Sorry, 2024. What do you understand by moral integrity? We have defined it. Moral integrity, professional efficiency. Keywords को underline करो यहाँ पे. मॉरल इंटीग्रिटी पहले बताना पड़ेगा. नेक्स्ट इज प्रोफेशनल एफिशिएंसी. फिर इन दोनों को कोरिलेट करते हुए किसके लिए? कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस इन इंडिया. इलस्ट्रेट विद सुटेबल एग्जाम्पल. राइट डाउन द एग्जाम्पल्स. मॉरल इंटीग्रिटी में क्या बोल रहा है? इट इज सेइंग मॉरल व्हाट इज मॉरल इंटीग्रिटी सबको पता होना चाहिए, अब तक तो आ जाना चाहिए. इट इज अ एडहेरेंस टू एथिकल प्रिंसिपल लाइक ऑनेस्टी, फेयरनेस एंड accountability. Next is, what does it reflect? Reflect inner moral compass over personal gains. Professional efficiency, second part, ability to achieve organizational goal effectively and ethically. Next, include competence, transparency and timely decision making. अब मैंने कॉम्पिटेंस मेंटेन किया, ट्रांसपेरेंसी मेंटेन किया, बट मेरा डिसीजन कब आया, कब लिया मैंने? लेट. तो उसका कुछ फायदा हुआ? नहीं हुआ. वही मैंने कॉम्पिटेंस मेंटेन किया, ट्रांसपेरेंसी मेंटेन की, बट मैंने टाइम से डिसीजन लिया. दैट इज व्हाट योर प्रोफेशनल एफिशिएंसी. नेक्स्ट वन इज सेकेंड थर्ड पार्ट में विल कोरिलेटेड इंपॉर्टेंस इन कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस में. इसका इंपॉर्टेंस है क्या? सबसे पहले कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नमेंट इंश्योर क्या करता है? अकाउंटेबिलिटी एंड ट्रांसपेरेंसी इन डिसीजन मेकिंग. आ गया. नेक्स्ट, इंटीग्रिटी प्रिवेंट्स करप्शन. इंटीग्रिटी की वजह से क्या नहीं होता? हाई इंटीग्रिटिकल वैल्यू है आपके पास में, तो आप क्या नहीं करोगे? करप्शन नहीं करोगे. एफिशिएंसी अच्छी होगी. परफॉर्मेंस इंश्योर किस पे फोकस करोगे? परफॉर्मेंस पे फोकस करोगे. एफिशिएंसी इंश्योर्स क्या करती है? परफॉर्मेंस पे. दिस इज हाउ इट इज कोरिलेटेड. अब एग्जांपल्स डालो. उसमें बोला था इलस्ट्रेट एग्जांपल. 3 एग्जांपल लिए. नारायण मूर्ति, टाटा ग्रुप, रतन टाटा एंड सत्यम स्कैम. 2 पॉजिटिव 1 नेगेटिव. फर्स्ट वन इज कंबाइंड एथिक्स विद ट्रांसपेरेंसी इन कॉर्पोरेट लीडरशिप. नेक्स्ट, Ratan Tata respected for moral conduct. Every Indian loves him. Moral conduct and efficient business practices. Next, Satyam scam. That's what? Contrast, lack of integrity led to massive corporate failure. इसकी वजह से massive corporate failure, negative impact आ गया. अब हम इसमें philosophical angle देंगे. इमैनुअल कांत, कन्फ्यूशियस को कोट करेंगे इसमें. इमैनुअल कांत क्या बोलते हैं? ही सेज स्ट्रेस्ड ड्यूटी एंड गुड विल ओवर आउटकम की फॉर इंटीग्रिटी. कन्फ्यूशियस बोलते हैं एडवोकेट वर्च्यू, रेन एंड प्रॉपराइटी ली इन पब्लिक रोल. कंक्लूजन करेंगे एंड में. हमने थिंकर कोट कर दिए, हमने 3 एग्जाम्पल्स दे दिए, इंडिया से ही दे दिए तीनों एग्जाम्पल्स अच्छे से. अब वो कहीं दूसरे एग्जाम्पल भी याद आ रहे हैं तो वो भी डाल सकते हो, बट एग्जाम्पल शुड बी रिलेटेड. कॉर्पोरेट का मैंने डाला, दोनों कॉर्पोरेट के आगे. सत्यम स्कैम अगेन. थिंकर डाल दिए. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन कंक्लूजन में बोल दिया कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस मस्ट हार्मोनाइज मॉरल इंटीग्रिटी. कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस हो ठीक है, बट वो मस्ट किसको करे? एडहेयर किसको करे? इट शुड मस्ट हार्मोनाइज मॉरल इंटीग्रिटी विद प्रोफेशनल एफिशिएंसी टू बिल्ड ट्रस्ट एंड सस्टेनेबिलिटी. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, अपार्ट फ्रॉम इंटेलेक्चुअल कंपिटेंस एंड मॉरल क्वालिटीज, empathy and compassion are some of the other vital attributes that facilitates the civil servant to be more competent in tackling the crucial issue or टेकिंग क्रिटिकल डिसीजन, एक्सप्लेन विथ सुटेबल एग्जाम्पल। क्वेश्चन आपसे यूपीएससी खुद ही बोल रही है कि राइट द एग्जाम्पल्स, भैया मुझे एग्जाम्पल से समझाओ। ठीक है, समझाते हैं। अपार्ट फ्रॉम इंटेलेक्चुअल कॉम्पिटेंस, सिवाय इंटेलेक्चुअल कॉम्पिटेंस एंड मॉरल क्वालिटी, एम्पैथी, कंपैशन आर some of the other vital attributes that facilitate the civil servant to be more competent in tackling the crucial issue or tackling the critical decision. First, empathy बताते हैं। Keywords underline करो, empathy, compassion, और उनको बताना शुरू करो। Empathy होती क्या है? Ability to understand others' feeling and perspectives, help design inclusive policies and gender example, gender sensitive sanitation in rural India. Compassion क्या होता है? Goes beyond the understanding to proactive high help, example डालो, IAS officer Armstrong Payne, help in building 100-kilometer road Manipur with the community support. Next, decision making impact, the bureaucratic handling child welfare, who has compassion, prioritize safety and dignity over a red tape. Example, T.N. Sheshan's compassion yet strict election reform transformed the Indian electoral integrity. Philosopher डालो, Dalai Lama, compassion is necessary, not a luxury. Necessity होती compassion, it is not a luxury. Mahatma Gandhi, he promoted empathy for the downtrodden through a constructive programs. Conclude करो. In governance, empathy harmonizes policies, compassion transforms the society, and together they complete intelligent and ethical decision making. Next is aptitude and value. What is the relation between aptitude and value? What is the relation between aptitude and intelligence? First, aptitude is desired quality in a person in relation to particular requirement. For instance, हम देंगे कि civil servant should have high value like neutrality, objectivity, impartiality, etc. to make decision. Similarly, a leader should be empathic, honest, planner and innovative to govern the country. Sports person के पास में क्या होना चाहिए? He should have a value of sportsmanship, fitness, discipline and tolerance. Next, aptitude and interest. A person's choice for engaging in a particular activities above other is referred as their interest, whereas their aptitude refers to their ability to carry out the activity. Example, Dhoni has interest in bike racing, so he has so many bikes in his garage. But he has aptitude for playing cricket. Same, Sushant Singh Rajput had interest in cosmology but aptitude for acting. Next, intelligence is general and refers to a wide variety of mental talent such as comprehensive memory, capability, etc. Same, aptitude indicates the specialized character of intelligence. Example, people having some intelligence quotient, but one can become a sports person and other entrepreneur. एक बन सकता है, एक जो मर्जी आए स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन बनेगा एंड दूसरा वहीं एंटरप्रेन्योर बन रहा है. क्या हुआ? एक सेकेंड, कुछ तो गड़बड़ हुआ है. Wait a second. Now let's deal with this question. This is what identify again 2021 questions. Identify the ethical traits, different ethical traits talking about, and which can plot the performance of a civil servant, justify their inclusion in the matrix. Okay. सबसे पहले डिफाइन कर दो, बता दो क्या चीज़ वो पूछ रहा है, इंट्रो में डाल दो. सिविल सर्वेंट्स आर द डायरेक्ट लिंक बिटवीन द पीपल ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट और एंड are the agency of the good governance of the public. Thus, it becomes very important for civil servant to showcase ethical behavior while delivering governance and civil services. What are the different 5 ethical traits जो हमने पीछे पढ़े थे? Integrity, dedication, compassion, tolerance and objectivity. Integrity, need for the inclusion of the 5 ethical traits. A public servant's behavior. Integrity में integrity is a person's system of value of principle. It is very important for a civil servant to stick to his or her basic sets of values and values of principle. This makes assessment of a situation easier and thus help in delivering proper governance. Second में डालो dedication, define करो. What is it? The goal of a civil servant is to render service to the public, and thus it becomes very important for a civil servant to be dedicated to his or her work for the service, for the public and for the public. He is working for the public. This in turn can help in reducing the instances of corruption in governance. Benefit पता है उसके. Compassion क्यों चाहिए? Compassion to serve the public, having a compassionate and empathetical attitude towards them becomes very vital, and then only a civil servant can better understand their problem and subsequently solve their problem. जब वो समझेगा प्रॉब्लम को तो वो अच्छे से समझाएगा उसको. Tolerance, having a tolerant attitude towards a different opinion of ideas is a very crucial for a civil servant, but this also helps in better teamwork and thus leads to better outcome. Objectivity देख लेते हैं. It's very important for a civil servant to remain impartial and unbiased, no matter who is relying on him, no matter who is asking them for help, or anyone known is asking them to help, but he remains very objective. So this is end में conclusion करें. Integrity, dedication, compassion, tolerance of objectivity helps a civil servant in rendering his or her service properly and also leads to the better outcome of governance. This is how we have concluded. Let's see the next question. This is again, should impartial being non-partisan be considered as indispensable quality to make successful civil servant? Discuss with illustration. While impartiality means, point सोचो ब्रेन में कि impartiality का मतलब क्या है. Acting without any bias, non-partisanship, quality of being politically neutral. These two are क्योंकि political party आज की है कल दूसरी आएगी. These two are, but civil servant, he stays. Two are considered essential foundational value for a civil servant in discharging his or her duties. Non-partisanship, what does it include? Serve the government of the daily faithfully without political bias. बिना किसी पॉलिटिकल बायस को दिखाते हुए गवर्नमेंट को फेथफुली सर्व करता है. सरकार कोई आए या जाए हमें क्या मतलब. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अ रेजिडेंट कमिश्नर may have served under a government of a different political ideologies in center as well as the state. Will help a civil servant to take a decision without any favor of to any political party based on constitutional principle, because a civil servant, he works as per the constitution. For example, during election, non-partisanship will aid DM or DC in discharging the duty of a RO effectively. It ensures the effective professional relationship between the elected representative and the civil servants. For example, non-partisanship benefit बटाई will enhance maintain the credibility of chief secretary irrespective of the party in power. Impartiality के क्या रोल है? हेल्प्स इन सिविल सर्वेंट टू मेक डिसीजन. इम्पार्शियलिटी के ऑब्जेक्टिव क्राइटेरिया को सेट करने में हेल्प करता है. not on the basis of prejudice. For example, impartiality will help in the chairman of the Finance Commission in recommending the resource and objective criteria without a bias to his or her home state. It ensures an amicable and effective relationship between civil servant and the society citizens. For example, an impartial SDM or DSP will command respectively for of the people and thus will gain their cooperation in various conflict management situations. It helps to build an equal attitude towards everything and everyone. For example, impartiality will aid a DM or DC in implementing benefit under PM Matra Vandana Yojana without a bias of caste और रिलीजन. योजना डाल दी एक. इम्पार्शलिटी एंड एंड में कंक्लूजन, इम्पार्शलिटी एंड नॉन पार्टीशनशिप आर कंसिडर्ड एज द एसेंशियल क्वालिटीज इन सिविल सर्वेंट. These are necessary because civil servants are mandated to act as per the law, constitution in a politically neutral manner without any bias or prejudice. Next is on integrity is a value that empowers the human being justified with the suitable example. इंटीग्रिटी पता है इंटीग्रिटी होती क्या, द क्वालिटी ऑफ बीइंग ऑनेस्ट, अडेयरिंग द टू अ स्ट्रॉन्ग मॉरल प्रिंसिपल इज फंडामेंटल वैल्यू होती है दैट शेप्स योर कैरेक्टर एंड बिहेवियर. इट एम्पावर्स इंडिविजुअल बाय बिल्डिंग व्हाट, by building trust, respect in personal and professional relationship, enhancing credibility, reputation, and providing inner strength and confidence to face challenges. Next में write down integrity empowers human being in various ways. किस तरह से? Professional sphere में, public life में, personal growth में. Professional sphere में क्या करता है? Brings out positive changes. एग्जाम्पल कॉर्पोरेट पॉलिसी रिफॉर्म लेकर आ सकता है वो. अ विसल ब्लोअर एक्सपोजिंग अ करप्शन इन एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन डेमोन्स्ट्रेट इंटीग्रिटी बाय स्टैंडिंग अप फॉर व्हाट इज राइट डिस्पाइट बीइंग एट अ पर्सनल रिस्क. इंस्पायर अदर्स टू स्पीक अप. लीड्स टू पर्सनल ग्रोथ एंड रेजिलियंस. पब्लिक लाइफ में क्या है? पॉलिटिशियन रिफ्यूजिंग ब्राइब्स एंड मेंटेनिंग ट्रांसपेरेंसी शोकेस इंटीग्रिटी by adhering the principle despite temptations etc. gains public trust and support. Set an example for other leaders. Strengthen क्या हो गया? democratic institution. Personal growth, a student admitting to cheating and accepting consequences exhibits integrity by taking responsibility for their action. This builds character and self-respect, earns the respect of peer and teacher, foster a culture honesty. नेक्स्ट कंक्लूजन इंटीग्रिटी. अभी बॉडी एकदम कंक्लूड एंडिंग की तरफ क्या पॉइंट ले लेंगे? इंटीग्रिटी एम्पावर्स इंडिविजुअल टू मेक डिफिकल्ट डिसीजन. एग्जाम्पल रिपोर्टिंग वर्क प्लेस हरासमेंट. स्टैंड फर्म इन देयर कन्विक्शन. एग्जाम्पल रिफ्यूजिंग टू कॉम्प्रोमाइज ऑन क्वालिटी. एग्जाम्पल इसमें हम डाल सकते हैं, एग्जाम्पल डाल दो. अ कंपनी मेकिंग अ सोप बट following the guidelines provided by as per the government rule. So he has refused to compromise on quality and inspiring others to do these kind of things. Consistently keeping promises. Suppose current government maintains its promises. This means it is even guiding other political party to keep your promises. It provides a moral compass that guides behavior, helping individuals navigate complex ethical dilemma and emerge stronger. By cultivating integrity, individuals not only empower themselves but also contribute to a more trustworthy and ethical society. Conclude हम कर देंगे. Integrity empowers by fostering trust, enhancing credibility, and providing inner strength and serving as a catalyst फॉर पर्सनल एंड सोसाइटल ग्रोथ. एप्टीट्यूड पता है, प्रोफिशिएंसी पता है, अचीवमेंट पता है. डेफिनेशन सबकी. डेफिनेशन फीलिंग टूवर्ड्स पर्सन्स, ऑब्जेक्टिव इवेंट, एन एबिलिटी हो गई. फंक्शंस क्या क्या? हाउ डू यू वर्क, प्रोसीड टूवर्ड्स अ गोल, पोटेंशियल टू लर्न. दीज आर अगेन नवरत्ना. एप्टीट्यूड फॉर सिविल सर्वेंट, कम्युनिकेशन स्किल होनी चाहिए, इनोवेशन होना चाहिए, leadership skill, stewardship, adaptability, professionalism, persuasive skill, inclusivity, Em- antipathy, apathy, sympathy, empathy, compassion. These are the different degrees of involvement with the target person. Morality क्या है? Doing the right thing when no one is watching. Example, follow the traffic rules while like speed limit, seat belt, signal rules, everything when no one is watching you. Or studying sincerely for your own goal when no one is watching. No pressure. But you are doing your work efficiently. इंटेलेक्चुअल इंटीग्रिटी में क्या है? बीइंग ऑनेस्ट विद ओन थिंग. एग्जाम्पल, सेंट प्रीचिंग ऑस्टेरिटी एंड ऑल्सो एडहेयर विद द सेम. प्रोफेशनल इंटीग्रिटी, एक्टिंग इन अकॉर्डेंस विद द प्रोफेशनल वैल्यूज, स्टैंडर्ड एंड नॉर्म्स. Aptitude and skill, I already explained earlier. These are a different objectivity, building consensus among stakeholder, importance of objectivity, Nolan committee according or even as per second ARC. Avoid interference of emotion, emotional intelligence, situational awareness, right decision without biases, imparting neutrality, and helping inculcating honesty. So these are what we have discussed. देखो हमने क्या क्या किया. न्यूमेरिकल एनालिटिकल अप्रोच हमने कर ली, रिक्वायर्ड फॉर प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग. इमोशनल एप्टीट्यूड, अंडरस्टैंडिंग इमोशन एंड सेल्फ अदर्स. सोशल एप्टीट्यूड किया, हैंडलिंग डाइवर्सिटी टीम वर्क, सिटीजन मॉरल किया, मॉरल एप्टीट्यूड किया, एबिलिटी टू डिस्टिंग्विश राइट और रॉन्ग एंड एक्ट एथिकली. एप्टीट्यूड वर्सेस एटीट्यूड वी हैव डन. न्यूट्रल होता है, हैंड टू चेंज, हार्ड टू चेंज होती है, कैन बी ट्रेन्ड एंड अल्टर्ड. ऑब्जेक्टिविटी, देन फंक्शनल वैल्यू ऑफ सिविल सर्विसेज क्या क्या हैं. इंटीग्रिटी हो गई, डेडिकेशन, सर्विस ओरिएंटेड बिहेवियर इन पब्लिक सर्विसेज. पार्ट 3 में हमने क्या देखा था? सिविल सर्वेंट्स आर ट्रस्टेड बाय पब्लिक पावर, their decision impact millions and hence need emotional, social and moral aptitude, upholding values like integrity, ensuring accountability and public trust. Relevant thinkers and theories हमने डाली इसमें. Aristotle emphasis virtue ethics, good character leads to right action. Kautilya advocate honesty and integrity in Rajadharma. Max Weber bureaucratic neutrality and objectivity. Gandhiji stressed purity of means and ends, truth, non-violence and service to the community, promoting ethical behavior through individual actions and society transparency. This is how a lecture is done. We have completed aptitude and foundational value for civil services holistically while dealing with few questions 2023, 2024, 2022, then 2023 and 2021. Now rest whatever the questions past paper left, I'll be teaching you after finishing. I'll be helping you to do it after finishing this whole series. See you. Bye bye.